Hey everybody, I'm your host Kai, and in today's video we're going to jump into the Reddit, Sappho and her friend. These are moments where people are like, oh, those two girls are just friends, they're just besties, they're just roommates, that kind of content. And so that's the video that we're going to do today, is we're going to jump into that Reddit, Sappho and her friend. So let's jump into the video.
So this post has something to do with Valentine's Day, I guess Target or something, and it's like, celebrate Valentine's Day your way. Sweet treats and candy their love, and plan your Galentine's get-together. I guess Galentine's is from some TV show where it's like Valentine's Day but for best friends though. But do these two look like best friends to you? In this photo, it looks like they're more than just best friends. It's like, no, they're just besties. I don't know who's in charge of this advertising campaign, but these two girls do not look like they're just friends. Just saying. So apparently this wasn't originally in English and was translated into English by men, straight cis men. And that'll make sense here in a second, and you'll think, oh, they probably mistranslated this. Hesitantly filled with terrible anguish, she asked, could you lend me this one? Just this and nothing else. Yes, of course. She threw her arms around her friend's neck, kissed her ardently, and fled with her treasure. The day the party arrived and Madame Loisel was greatest success. She was the prettiest woman. Her friend. Are you sure about that? Are you sure that this wasn't a translation where the straight men were like, oh yeah, it's her friend because women loving other women, that's not a possibility, that can't be happening. Yeah, it's just her friend and had a little friendly party. Yeah, sure. Asked by a reporter if he believed deadly force was necessary in this case, Mr. Trump said it's highly disrespectful of law enforcement. The woman and her friend were highly disrespectful of law enforcement. The woman and her friend, that was her wife, not her friend. Now, unfortunately, this ain't a haha funny Sappho and her friend moment. This was about Renee Good, and as y'all know, Renee Good was executed by ICE, if you will, all because they were pulling away, and I guess how dare they pull away or something. But the point is yeah, that wasn't her friend, that was her wife, and for him to say, oh, that woman and her friend were highly disrespectful. No, what's disrespectful is to not refer to that woman as her wife, which is what that woman was.
In the early 1900s, photographs of women together often reveal a kind of intimacy that seems striking through a modern lens. Two women leaning close behind the bushes, sharing what looks like a private tender moment, would have not raised many eyebrows in their time. This was an era when female friendships were celebrated, nurtured, and encouraged as a central part of women's life. Before the sweeping social changes of the mid-20th century, it was not unusual for women to live together, write long emotional letters, or hold hands in public, all without the fear of judgment. Such connections were often referred to as romantic friendships. And though they could, at times, carry deeper feelings, society largely framed them as wholesome companionship. In the United States and Europe, these bonds existed within a culture that limited women's public roles, but placed great value on loyalty and virtue. Though home and private life were considered women's domains, and within that sphere, emotional ties between female friends could flourish. Yeah, female friends, sure. Boarding schools, colleges, and even workplace often provided the backdrop for these relationships to grow, with many leaving behind rich records and diaries and correspondences. And Memphis and other parts of...
And we're gonna skip all the other ramble, mumbo jumbo shit to get to the point.
Photographs like this one, with two women appearing to confide in another away from the crowd, capture more than a friendship. They highlight a world in which women found strength and comfort in each other's presence. Whether it was laughter in the garden, whispered dreams, or gentle gestures of closeness, these bonds formed an emotional safety net in a society where independence was limited. Their story endures in these quiet, candid moments.
And finally, here's the picture that they were talking about within all that mumbo-jumbo of the history pictures. Like, see, these are just friends. No, these are not just friends. I don't care what time period it is. Like, it'd be different if they were hugging or just holding each other's hands, because then I'd be like, okay, maybe they are just friends. Maybe I'm just misunderstanding the culture at the time. But this is literally them making out, my dude. They're literally making out. They're not just friends. She is kissing the other girl passionately. I'm going to make this simple and clear as day. These two are lovers, not just friends. Because yes, probably what you said in that context of what you were saying, that probably did happen, and women were really close in a society that looked down upon women, and women had to be close to each other and develop these friendships because that was how society worked and all that other mumbo jumbo you were saying. But these two are more than just friends.
Nobody kisses their friends that way. So this is supposed to be from an anime, and the anime company's like, yeah, they're just friends. These are friendship rings. And the person's like, yeah, matching friendship rings are a thing. But when that's the intention, they usually put them on literally any other finger besides the ring finger. This person's like friendship rings. And yeah, these people have a point. Is usually it's on any other finger other than the ring finger. So despite whatever the translation for the English translation is like, oh, these are just friends. Yeah, they're just friends. That's on the ring finger. That's the ring finger is the finger you put the ring on when you're engaged or when you're married to that person. So no, this is not a friendship ring. So apparently this is in an old magazine. It's like, oh, these curls are in the bathtub together just to conserve water. Yeah. That's what's going on, Jim. They're just all obsessed with water conservation. That's it. And then, like, for the same article with these same women, like, oh yeah, they just share the bed together, divide the chores and whatnot. But, they're besties. There's nothing going on here, even though they're naked in bed together. But they're like, yeah, they're just friends. Friends just lay in bed naked together in seductive poses and very close and intimate. They're just roomies, that's all. They divide the chores. Sometimes they help each other, naked-like. And this one is supposedly a picture of JFK and his best friend. His best friend. Yeah. Didn't know JFK was like that. It's like, no, JFK wasn't like that. That's just his bestie. So you know how YouTube now has that AI-generated summary that nobody asked for? Yeah, so this person, posts a video, and it's, my girlfriend and I react to your unpopular book opinions, and now our relationship is fragile, right? And the AI-generated summary is, read with Cindy and a friend react to unpopular book opinions submitted by fans. Let me repeat that. Read with Cindy and a friend. When literally the girl titled her video, My Girlfriend and I. AI, did you not see that? She titled the video, My Girlfriend and I react to unpopular book opinions. And you're like, oh, yeah, that's just our friend. Really? So, like, I don't have the full description on here. But basically, it was like, oh, these two women were just friends, platonic, relationship going on. And then this part was like, two ladies share a kiss while they pose behind some bushes. One is dressed as a man. For some reason. That's like what, and really, it just, it's just platonic. And then this one, like, the description was something like, all women's school. And it's like, and look at these two friends, just sharing a friendly gestures with each other, or some crap like that. And it's like, really? This is friendly? Shit. I guess, all this time in my past, I was just, me and the people I was with, just being friendly. Yeah, these two are just friends. And then, like, in that same particular group, it's like, and look at these two friends after a hard day just enjoying and relaxing, and, like, one girl's just peeking around the corner and the other's smoking a cigarette. Yeah, that's what they were doing, just relaxing. That's the only reason she's smoking the cigarette. It's not like they just got done participating in a particular activity that sometimes people smoke after. Yeah, nothing to see here. Move it along. Just smile and wave, girls. Just smile and wave. Hey, look, everybody. It's just besties in Chicago in 1942. Nothing else here. Believe it or not, this photograph was titled, Just Friends Playing Around in the 1900s. Just friends playing around. Huh. They're just friends playing around. Yeah, they're just playing around, all right, with other things. Oh my god. Just friends playing around. That's all that's going on here. Like, could you just imagine, like, somebody, if somebody burst in and the men are like, what is going on here? And then the girl's like, we're just friends playing around. That's all. Oh, whew.
I thought something else was going on here, but since you said just friends played around, are you fucking kidding me?
So this is like a YouTube comment section. This person like, I truly feel that this is a love song. The author of the novel confirmed that they are in love with each other. I guess loathing here is a way to mask love.
And this person's like, they love each other as friends in the end. That's it.
The person said, my brother, that the author of the novel confirmed they are in love with each other. And you're like, yeah, they love each other as friends.
Dude, really?
And this person, like, tweeted, love reading about men in history, like,
unfortunately, he never found a wife. His elaborate scarf collection sold for $1.2 million in 2011. He and his closest male friend, Chauncey, and with whom he shared a bed, died within weeks of one another. They were known for their dinner parties. And it's like, yes, it is true, because, like, interesting, because, like, yes, they were just friends. They were known for their elaborate, lavish dinner parties and shared a bed. Because friends do that, and there was nothing going on. They never married for some weird reason. That's awkward and odd. I wonder why that is. History is just so like that, and it's like Occam's razor. The obvious is most likely the answer. This painting, if I remember right, is titled Two Friends that are girls that are just kissing. Really? These are just friends. Just friends. They're just kissing. Nothing to see here. Move it along.
So this person's like, one of my favorite stories that never made it into the diss. Two women physicians who graduated from the University of Michigan medical school, lived together, traveled together, and never married. And they were buried next to each other as medical classmates. Yeah, that's all those two were. They were just medical classmates. Nothing to see. Like, why do these people just, like, insist? Well, I guess I think the reason they insist is because history is written majority by heteronormative men, cis, straight men. And so they write it from their heteronormative point of view. They can't get it through their heads that anything could be queer at all. They totally ignore that. Like, yeah, they were just medical classmates. That's it. They can't accept anything beyond their reasoning and view of anything outside the heteronormative patriarchal ideology that's in their head. They can't see anything past that view. And I'm sorry this video wasn't that long. There was a lot of trouble when coming to making this video because the weather was really bad where I was, and power went out a few times, and so it took me forever to get this video out, and that's why it's not as long as the other videos. I plan to have, we here on this YouTube channel plan to have longer videos, and hopefully more Sappho and her friend videos instead of the small number of videos we've had.
So everybody, that's all we have time for today for this video. This has been the Reddit, Sappho and her friend. Comment in the comment section of what you thought of any of this content. And if you want to see more of this content, make sure you hit that subscribe button and that notification bell to be notified of future Sappho and her friend videos. Which we hadn't done this Reddit for a while, so it's been a while since we've done it. And, we figured, hey, we should do it again. But anyways, if you want to see more content from me, or Tanya Kitsune, or Diamond Ash, make sure you hit that subscribe button and that notification bell to be notified of future videos just like this one and just like the content that they also make here on our channel. And we'd love to hear your feedback. So anyways, check the description bar for links and all that. That's always there. Anyways, thank you for watching. I've been your host, Kai. Until next time, I'll see you in the next video. I